Hello, my friend. Welcome to Daily English Podcast. This is Walter, and I want to pause before we begin and truly recognize the gift of your attention. Out of all the things you could be doing right now, you've chosen to be here, listening, learning, and giving yourself this time. That choice matters. It shows you care about your growth and about becoming a better version of yourself. Let me ask you something. Have you ever wondered why some people seem thoughtful and wise? Not because they know every fact, but because they can reflect, explain, and understand things clearly. The truth is, intelligence isn't fixed at birth. It is something you can develop through the habits you practice every day. Your mind is like a muscle. With the right training, it becomes sharper, stronger, and more flexible. Without practice, it can become tired and less focused. Today, I want to share 5 powerful habits that can help you improve your intellect: reading daily, exercising regularly, journaling your thoughts, learning something new each day, and getting enough sleep. These may sound simple, but when practiced consistently, they can transform the way your brain works. Think of them like small seeds planted daily. One seed doesn't make a forest, but over time, with patience, those seeds grow into something strong and lasting. Growing your intellect isn't about memorizing more facts. It's about shaping how you think, how you focus, and how you solve problems. As you listen, ask yourself which of these habits you already practice and which ones you could bring into your life more often. The journey to a smarter, clearer mind doesn't start with a huge step. It begins with a small, steady choice to practice. So let's take the first step together and explore the habit of reading. Reading every day is one of the most effective ways to train your intellect. When you open a book, you're not just looking at words. You're giving your brain a workout. Each page invites you to imagine, to question, and to connect ideas. Think of reading as opening windows. Each book adds a new window to your mind, and through those windows comes light. Light that makes your thinking clearer. Reading doesn't need to take hours. Even 15 minutes a day can make a real difference. The key is consistency. When you read regularly, your mind learns to focus for longer, to stay with an idea, and to explore it deeply. In our busy world, that ability to focus is rare and powerful. Another gift of reading is perspective. Books allow you to see the world through other eyes. You can travel to different times, cultures, and experiences without leaving your chair. This broadens your understanding and teaches you to think more critically. For example, when you read history, ask yourself what lessons it carries for today. When you read science, pause and reflect on how it connects to your own habits. Reading should be active, not passive. It's not about racing to finish. It's about slowing down, reflecting, and letting the ideas shape your mind. Over time, this practice builds vocabulary, strengthens memory, and improves communication. You'll find it easier to explain your thoughts, to listen to others, and to connect ideas in conversations. Reading also brings joy. A good story can inspire you, comfort you, and even change the way you see life. So don't worry about reading fast or reading many books. Start small. Pick something you enjoy and read a little each day. Over weeks and months, you'll notice your thinking becoming sharper, your curiosity stronger, and your perspective wider. Reading is one of the simplest habits, but its power is endless. When people think about becoming smarter, they often imagine books, classes, or study. But one of the most powerful habits for growing intellect happens in the body. Exercise. Your brain and your body are deeply connected. When you move, your blood flows faster. That blood carries oxygen and nutrients to your brain cells, helping them work more efficiently. Have you ever noticed how a walk clears your mind after a long day? That's not a coincidence. It's your brain thanking you for the movement. Exercise doesn't need to be extreme. You don't have to run marathons or lift heavy weights unless you want to. Simple activities like walking, cycling, stretching, or yoga can make a huge difference. What matters is that you move regularly. Think of your brain as a garden. Without sunlight and water, the plants grow weak. Exercise is that sunlight and water for your brain. It refreshes your thoughts, clears away mental fog, and helps new ideas grow. Another benefit is mood. Exercise releases chemicals that make you feel calmer and more positive, and a calmer mind is better at problem solving and learning. If you want to build this habit, start small. Walk for 10 minutes, stretch in the morning, do a short workout in your room. The goal isn't perfection, it's consistency. Over time, exercise will sharpen your concentration, improve your memory, and give you energy to learn more deeply. Remember, a sharp mind needs a healthy body. If you want to think clearly, you must move daily. Exercise doesn't only feed your muscles, it awakens your brain. Journaling is one of the simplest and most powerful ways to train your intellect. When you write your thoughts on paper, you give your mind a mirror. Instead of letting ideas spin in circles, you place them in front of you where you can see them clearly. This act of writing creates space. It helps you notice patterns, explore feelings, and discover solutions you didn't see before. Many people think journaling is only about recording daily events, but it can be so much more. You can write about problems you're trying to solve, goals you want to reach, or lessons you've learned from the day. Even short reflections can make your thinking more organized and flexible. When you write, you slow down your thoughts. In our busy lives, the mind often rushes from one idea to the next. Journaling teaches it to pause, to breathe, and to reflect. This pause is where creativity lives. Have you ever had a good idea come to you only after you wrote something down? That's your brain connecting dots it couldn't connect before. Journaling also builds self-awareness. By looking back at what you wrote last week or last month, you can see how you've grown, where you repeat the same mistakes, and what habits truly help you. It's like having a conversation with yourself, one that guides you toward wiser choices. You don't need to write pages every day. Even 5 minutes in the evening can make a difference. The goal isn't perfect grammar or beautiful sentences. The goal is honesty. Over time, you'll notice clearer thinking, stronger focus, and greater creativity. Journaling is a tool for the mind, as useful as exercise is for the body. By writing regularly, you shape your thoughts into something you can hold, explore, and improve. It's a small habit, but one that can change the way you understand yourself and the world. Another key habit for building intellect is learning something new every single day. Your brain is like a flexible muscle. When you stretch it with new knowledge or new skills, it stays sharp and active. But when you stop challenging it, it becomes slower, less curious, and less creative. Learning doesn't have to mean going back to school. It can be as simple as reading a new word, watching a short educational video, or trying a new recipe. What matters is the act of opening yourself to something you didn't know before. Imagine your brain as a path through a forest. Each time you learn something new, you create a fresh trail. The more trails you have, the easier it becomes to find new connections. For example, if you study a little history today and some science tomorrow, your brain may connect the two in surprising ways, helping you think more deeply. Learning daily also keeps your mind flexible. It trains you not to fear the unknown, but to welcome it. And in a world that changes so quickly, flexibility is one of the greatest strengths you can have. To build this habit, keep it simple. Ask yourself each evening, what's one new thing I learned today? Write it down in your journal or say it out loud. Over time, these small lessons add up. You'll find yourself more curious, more confident, and more skilled at understanding new information. Remember, the smartest people aren't the ones who know everything. They're the ones who keep learning, step by step, every day. If you want to grow your intellect, keep your mind open and hungry for new knowledge. Many people try to improve their intellect by working harder and longer, but one of the most overlooked habits is simply getting enough sleep. Sleep is not wasted time. It's the moment when your brain organizes, repairs, and prepares for the next day. While you rest, your brain sorts through memories, connects ideas, and stores what you learned. Without good sleep, your focus weakens, your memory fades, and your mood suffers. You may feel like you're working harder, but you're actually slowing yourself down. Think of your brain as a phone battery. No matter how powerful the phone is, it can't work well if the battery is always low. Sleep is how you recharge. Adults usually need around 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep each night, though the exact number can vary. What matters most is that your sleep is regular and restful. To support this, create small evening habits. Turn off screens before bed, keep your room quiet and dark, and try to go to bed at the same time each night. These small actions prepare your brain to rest deeply. When you wake up refreshed, you'll notice sharper focus, more creative ideas, and stronger memory. Good sleep also improves emotional balance. A calm, rested mind is better at problem solving and decision making. So if you want to grow your intellect, don't only focus on study and work. Protect your sleep as well. It's not laziness. It's one of the most powerful tools your brain has. Sleep is the foundation that supports every other habit you practice. Now that we've looked at reading, exercise, journaling, learning, and sleep, it's important to see how they connect. The real secret isn't doing them once or twice, it's doing them consistently. Intelligence isn't built in a day, it's shaped by what you do daily, quietly, over months and years. Imagine water dripping onto a stone. One drop doesn't change the stone, but thousands of drops day after day slowly shape it. Your mind works the same way. Small, repeated actions create deep change. Many people start strong but then stop. They wait for perfect motivation or perfect conditions. But true growth happens when you show up even on ordinary days, when you practice even if it's just a little. Reading for 10 minutes, writing a short note, walking around the block, or learning one new fact may feel small. But when combined, these actions create powerful change. Consistency builds trust in yourself. Each time you keep a habit, you prove that you're serious about your growth. That trust becomes energy, and that energy pushes you forward. Don't wait for the right moment. Start with what you can do today. Choose 1 or 2 habits and focus on making them part of your routine. Once they become natural, add another. Over time, your daily actions will shape a stronger, wiser, more flexible mind. The secret isn't speed, it's patience and consistency. As we come to the end of this reflection, I want you to remember something important. Growing your intellect is not about becoming perfect or knowing everything. It's about building a life of curiosity, focus, and growth. Reading daily, moving your body, journaling your thoughts, learning something new, and protecting your sleep are not quick tricks. They are lifelong practices. Together, they shape a mind that is flexible, clear, and wise. Think of this journey like planting a garden. You don't see results the day you plant the seeds. But with water, sunlight, and care, the plants grow strong. The same is true for your habits. At first, they may feel small, but over time, they will change the way you think, the way you see the world, and the way you live. So I encourage you to begin today. Pick one habit and start small. Let it become part of your daily rhythm. Then, little by little, add more. Trust that each small step matters. Intelligence isn't something you're simply born with. It's something you build through action, reflection, and care. My friend, your mind is one of your greatest gifts. Treat it with kindness, challenge it with practice, and give it the rest it needs. The journey of growing your intellect never ends. It's not about someday, it's about today.